Hola, fellow plant conquistadors. I, Cortez the Conqueror, have discovered the secret to ultimate plant domination. Behold, the magical grow dots and the miraculous recharge. With these, even the most novice grower can conquer the mightiest of indoor jungles. Grow dots, my friends, are no ordinary pellets. They are time-released nutrients, crafted by the gods of cultivation themselves. One application provides all the sustenance your green subjects need for a full 16-week grow cycle. Imagine that. Simply sprinkle these enchanted pellets into your soil and watch your plants thrive. But remember, brave cultivators, even the mightiest conquistador needs balanced pH for a successful conquest. Fear not. For Recharge, our microbial ally shall defend your plants against the dreaded nutrient lockout. This instant compost tea introduces beneficial microbes to the root zone, creating a thriving ecosystem in your soil. The result? Stronger, more resilient plants that laugh in the face of pests and diseases. Witness the fruits of our labor. Lush, vibrant plants that would make even Montezuma jealous. Are you ready to simplify your grow and maximize your yields? Then heed my call. Join me on this epic growing adventure. Visit www.realgrowers.com/Cortez and use code Cortez for a Conqueror's discount. Follow my conquest on Instagram at Cortez the Conqueror. Together, we shall rule the indoor growing world. Real growers, real conquests. Viva la Grow Revolution.
Go to the link in the description to save big and score free shipping on all Real Growers products, or use coupon code Cortez at checkout. Every time you save, you're also helping the channel bring you content like this.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cortez the Conqueror and Canna Alicia. How you doing today, Alicia?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Okay, I just saw though. I forgot to cut that cap cut watermark off at the end. That's gonna bother me.
Gotta
Uh,
redo it.
yeah, if you guys know me all too well, I'm a little OCD.
Yeah. I'd be the same thing with a watermark like that, though. I don't like them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is what it is. But before we get too far into today's show, want to give a big shout out to the channel sponsor, Real Growers. And if you guys want to save on grow dots, recharge, or even a real bucket system, go ahead over to my website at www.realgrowers.com/Cortez. And then you got a new website too, don't you, Alicia?
Yep, I have a link down below. You can
Yes. Both of us have a clickable link down in the description.
you want to foolproof way to start some germination and dominate that germination station. You go to Can. You can select the link down below. It'll take you directly there for savings, or you can enter Canna at checkout and you'll still get those savings. Can.
Damn, it's pretty cool. And
Stick
if
it in your
anybody
can.
wants more information on either of those offers, they can just go to the links down in the description.
Yep. Might as well save some money on what you're already going to buy.
Yeah, who wants to pay full price? That's for losers.
Me. Yeah.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and bring in our guest. What's going on, big dog? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing
Pretty
well.
good.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
We've been
Yeah.
talking for a little while online now, but
Yeah.
definitely seen you in the community for some years
Yeah.
doing. I think I first started seeing you really with like some of the fast bud stuff that you did.
Yeah. I started a lot. I love Fast Buds. I love the team. Sebastian, Kevin, Heather. They're all like amazing people, and even
Big
the
shout
owner.
out, Heather Sire.
Yeah. Big shout out to the Fast Buds team. Chubbs, Good Buddy Flowers. Those are all
Yeah.
my people. They're all my people.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
whole
love
squad.
Yeah.
We actually might have Sebastian Good on here soon, but we got
Yeah,
something
you
in the
should.
works.
You
You guys
should.
are gonna
That guy's
have
so
to stay
smart.
tuned for that one.
Yeah, I'll be tuning in when I see. So yeah, I started
yeah.
going Fast Buds, and their genetics just keep getting better and better every time they have these new testers.
Yeah.
We're testing and taking pictures and putting all that to clothing. So for me, that's awesome.
How did you meet them originally? Was because I know a lot of people say that Grow Diaries website is how they became introduced to them personally.
On Instagram, I just started following them one day, and I think back in 2022, Heather, or if not earlier, Heather reached out and said that they like, the photography and my style of posts and whatnot. So from then on, I've been growing with their genetics and taking pictures and doing whatever I can. So they've invited me out.
Got a stack of the DVDs over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. But now they have
Got about 5, 6 of them.
they have their store in California now, so they do have seeds here in America now, so it doesn't take quite so long to get them. But I always do like getting the CD case. It feels like the old days, Oh,
I know. Might get like a pair of socks with it or something. You
Yeah.
got any of those
Yeah.
Christmas socks?
Yeah, I got them right here, actually.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
I got a pair of those.
Yeah, they sent them to me for Christmas.
Hell yeah. Yeah, like that's one of the things that's so cool about Fast Buds as a company. Like, you were saying that like that is kind of one way to get noticed by Militia is through like the Grow Diaries. But honestly, like even if you're just on Instagram and you're kind of like tagging stuff right, you're making sure you're putting like their actual account on it, like your hard work will get noticed, and they do cool stuff like send you out pairs of socks for Christmas. Like another company does that.
They've sent me hoodies. They've sent me, just a gift box full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Bags, beans,
Rubber gloves.
tubes. Yeah. So I don't know. I've been a big fan of them for a while, and I can say that they're probably the most active in the community, in the autoflower community,
Yeah.
due to just like they're on every application, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. They're everywhere, and they're always giving out free shit. They're always giving out free seeds. I think this last giveaway they gave away like 5 brand new iPhones. So I mean, how could you not? How could you not? Want to grow and follow along with them.
And then I know, like on their Discord, they even do like monthly meme competitions where if you can like make the best meme, they'll send you out like seed packs and shit like that.
Oh, how
Absolutely.
fun.
Yeah, I made a meme one time with Sebastian. It was funny.
What was the meme?
I don't think they posted it, but it was just like it was a guy in a spacesuit. I put Sebastian's head in it, and he's just floating around in space.
That's awesome.
Like I think the caption was when the fast buds hit it. When the fast buds finally hit, you're in space.
When that sativa hits the right way.
Yeah, they have so many different strains, and now they move to photo periods, which I think is a brilliant idea.
I just had a lot of success with them recently, especially the papaya sherbet.
Yeah. I know a lot of them are I think they hunted the rainbow chip lineup from Exotic Genetics to make all those crosses. So,
I know the rainbow melon definitely has the rainbow belts in it. That one had a little bit of burnt rubber coming off it. It was nice.
Oh, really? I would love to get a cut of like the rainbow belts, like the official. Everybody always says they have it, but you never do. They never have the real shit. It's just like
they have a representation of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many knockoff seed banks that sell like
white labeled bullshit out of the Netherlands.
It's not the real shit. It's so fucking annoying because it's not the way this should be.
Yeah,
most definitely. That too. But speaking, but speaking of fast buds, didn't you win the Autoflower Cup? Maybe what was it, like 2 years ago now with fast buds?
I think it was 2023. Yeah,
23, right?
First place, best sativa. I think it was the Strawberry Gorilla, which was it was fucking phenomenal. I was really surprised that I was really surprised, when you don't really expect something like that. It was just such a great feeling, and at that time, yeah, it really is, especially for the first competition that they held, And I tested at like over 29.5% THC at that time.
For an auto, damn.
Yeah, it kind of blew everyone away. I think the highest was 23%, and then mine tested at like 29.5. So, it's the luck of the draw with the beans. That's the thing with autoflowers.
Yeah, gotta find the right phenotype.
Yeah, I pulled the right phenotype out of the pack and just got lucky. It was crazy the whole way. It was just crazy the whole way it went down. Like, because back then you had to hand deliver your samples in person. There was no like going through the mail.
Right.
So
they invited me to come out, but I just couldn't make it all the way to LA from Chicago that year.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I should say what I had to do to get them there, but I had to.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I did what I had to do. I got the samples there.
Just got to get the job done.
And then it was crazy because I went out to California to get the samples, from where and then I had to go out there.
Point A to point B.
I had to hand deliver them in person, and then I came home, and then 2 weeks later I went back for the competition. So it was like a month of traveling. It was fucking sweet.
Oh, wow.
Shit. So I spent some time in California. I went to Hollywood. I love California. I'm a big movie person. My great grandfather was a movie producer, so it like runs in the blood.
Oh, no shit.
Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah, my great grandfather was a movie producer, and then my great grandmother worked for Senator Benson in the White House. So they lived in California, and then my grandma lived in Washington, D.C. Yep. So there's a lot
Wow.
of history. And then their son, my grandfather, Grandpa Gageby, he created a company, and that company, I haven't really said anything about this, but that company created night vision.
No shit.
Oh,
Night
wow.
vision, yeah, night vision goggles. So it's all documented, you know. So it's just they have one of the biggest contracts in the government for night vision and all this crazy shit. It's crazy. That's actually him in the background right there. So
Uh-oh,
yeah,
got a picture back there, huh?
yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of history in my family, which is really cool.
Very
So to
nice.
go
Yeah,
out to
that is
Hollywood,
cool.
yeah, going to Hollywood was like almost like a dream come true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and then
So when did
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna ask, so how did you get your start in cultivation? Like, how did it come about for you? Like, about what age were you when you got started, like growing and all that stuff? What was your
I mean,
original
I
grow
remember
setup?
I'm 42 years old, so I remember ordering seeds off the greenhouse seed company. Is that what it is? That's what
Send
it
them a
is.
Western Union?
Yeah, yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
I remember those days.
I think yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
greenhouse seed
about
company that was
38, 39 now, so.
over in Amsterdam. So you'd like order seeds, and it would take like
And
6 months
pray that
to.
they come.
Yeah,
You thought you
yeah,
got scammed. Like, they wouldn't show up until you absolutely fucking gave up. It's like,
yeah.
motherfucker, they got my money. They're never going to come. And then, like, 2
Yeah.
weeks after you stop thinking about it, you get this, like, weirdly addressed envelope in the mail. And it's like, what is this?
Yeah, and then at that time I had to like, I was running home every day to try to get the mail before my mom did, you know, because she's actually a police officer. So,
No.
Yeah,
so
definitely got to keep those away from mom.
I've been interested in cannabis since I was really, 15, 16 years old. I just found myself on the internet back when the old dial-up days, just
Oh, yeah.
doing research and
Trolling in a
looking and
forum.
learning and never really
Yeah.
even knew why, so but I came from the restaurant industry. I was in the restaurant industry for about 20 years, and
It's a great place to get rid of a large amount of marijuana, working in a restaurant.
yeah, I actually owned a restaurant. I owned one for myself for about 6 or 7 years. The first 2 years were absolutely incredible. We were selling like $800,000 of food a year, and not only that, I was cooking it.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first 2 years were absolutely incredible, and then the next 3 years, we had to deal with $25 million uh, construction. They turned 2 lanes into 4, so it took like 3 years for them to complete it, and it just really I took a huge hit. And at that point, back in like 2018, I started growing cannabis to like make up the difference in the bills, because
Right.
when you're
Try to
going through
offset it a little bit.
yeah, when you're going through construction, your rent stays the same, the electricity, the employees, the food that you're ordering, it all stayed the same, but we lost like 50 to 55% of the business because of construction, and
And
then
the people at the light company, the people at the gas company do not care. It's fuck you, pay me.
no, pretty much. I mean, even that was with the landlord. She wanted,
Yeah.
her fucking $4,000 in rent a month, Um,
Where'd you live? New York City?
no.
That's expensive.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
was the rent. Yeah, that was the rent for the restaurant, for the
Oh,
space.
yeah, that
You're
makes
out of the
sense.
Midwest, though, aren't you?
What's that?
I said you're out of the Midwest, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in
Midwest, though?
Michigan. Yep. So
Oh, yeah.
so
Midwest, hold it the fuck down.
yeah. So during that time, during the construction, I needed to make up the difference in the bills. We had like a 5,000 square foot house, so like the basement was completely filled with cannabis, so I could offset the bills, And then we made it through the construction, and then that fourth year was COVID, and COVID completely
Oh,
fucked.
no.
Well, we all know what happened with COVID. It completely fucked up everything
Yeah.
in the United States. I don't even think the restaurant industry has been the same since.
I seen Hooters just went bankrupt.
Hooters went bankrupt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and,
can hear
you
that
know,
too.
we know the prices for eggs now too. So I mean, you're fucking $10 a carton of eggs, you know.
Same
So
here. Yeah.
I was forced to make the decision that I didn't really want to make, and I ended up selling it to another place that had they had another restaurant. So ever since then, I've been kind of all in for this cannabis, you know. So
Yeah.
um, it developed. It was at first it was growing cannabis to like offset the bills, and then it became turned into kind of like a passion for photography. You know, as you can see, I've got like around 10,000 posts for pictures, and I've just been fascinated with the plant ever since. And I remember my mom used to be big into photography, you know, so I think I kind of took that on, you know, from her.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
just,
definitely seen some of the stuff you put up on your Instagram. Like, I'd actually put that beyond just like photography. You're an artist, man.
Yeah, that's
Especially,
what.
I've seen some of like your digital creation stuff.
yeah,
It's really good.
everything
Yeah.
on the page, I've grown all of it myself. I take all the pictures, and then like when you're seeing like the background of like the genetics company that's in the back
Right,
behind the
right, right.
flower, you know, and then like some of the scenery, like I'm starting to incorporate pictures that I've taken of like the beach or whatever,
Right,
you know.
yeah.
So I'm
And
incorporating
if
like,
anybody wants to check out any of the photos that we're talking about, you can go down to the description and there's a clickable link for Free Grow's Instagram page.
so like in reality, you're taking like 3 to 4 pictures and kind of turning them into one, you know. So
Okay.
I'm just, by the grace of God, I'm still able to do what I like to do, you know, because, you know, obviously we know the cannabis industry is kind of fucked up right now. Every
Yeah.
state's different, but here in Michigan, it's just oversaturated with all these dispensaries and huge corporations and all this stupid ass shit. Everyone's
Yeah.
really forgotten why they started growing cannabis in the first
All the
place.
big money trying to squeeze everybody
That's what
else
it's
out.
been.
It's the
Yeah.
Once money
people with
gets
the
involved.
deepest pockets that are really killing this
Yeah,
industry.
and you know they don't give a shit besides anything but the money. And they don't give a shit about
Oh yeah.
what they're giving the people to smoke. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is how can I make some cute packaging and put it into a dispensary. You know?
Mids in the Mylar. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know about Michigan, but like here in Illinois, when they started giving out like cultivation licenses for facilities, I think
yeah,
they gave out, like, don't quote me, but it was something like 17 licenses.
yeah,
But like, just to qualify, you had to buy this like basically like $34,000 lottery ticket. They sold like thousands of them.
yeah,
But like, just the qualifications, I think to start the business, you needed like $500,000 like cash up front.
yeah.
You needed another $1 million in the bank, and you already had to be sitting on the facility that you would have used, like the real estate, and
Really.
you couldn't grow dick in it until you got the license.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it's just money has taken over, money and greed. The greed has really taken over, and like I said, they don't really give a shit about what they're giving to the people. You know, I mean,
They don't really care about
They don't
us.
really
all
care.
yeah, all the THC percentages are all fictitious. You know, obviously, because the consumer thinks the higher the THC, the better it's going to be. But in reality, we all know that's fucking dumb. That's bullshit.
Well, it's bullshit anyways, because with a lot of that testing, what they actually do, they'll grab some of their top colas and kind of run it through like a screen or a sifter to get the trichomes off of it. And they're basically like dusting the
Yeah,
sample that they send off. So
yeah.
all the numbers are bullshit
You could
anyways.
take two different samples off the same exact plant, same exact branch. Take them to two different test facilities, and each
You'll get two different numbers.
yeah, you're gonna get two different numbers. And we all know it's about the cannabinoids, anyways. Really, so.
Entourage effect, which just kind
Yeah.
of ties into bullshit, man. Like, I don't know. My stance is a lot different than most people. Like, you see people like, oh, I want to see it become federally legal. It's like, oh, so you want to eliminate home grow and have Monsanto's grow everything. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because
Like me
people,
personally, I just
yeah,
like to see it all get burned down. It'll get all the bad actors out of the way. It'll get rid of the oversaturation. Just
yeah,
burn it
make,
to the
you know,
ground and give it back to the people.
Yeah.
make black market great again. at this point.
Trying to make America 325 again.
Yeah.
You're goddamn
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I think some of the best cannabis that's grown is grown from a tent.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, when's the last time you've seen a commercial facility do a 12 or 16-week strain? It's not going to happen.
Never, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just short of never.
Yeah,
It's not going to produce money quick enough.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the dispensaries. I mean, it's cool. It was cool in the beginning
whatsoever.
because it's like
It was a novelty. It's like, I
Yeah,
can go
it's
into
like,
a
oh my-
store and buy this? I used to get
Yeah,
arrested for a joint in
absolutely.
my
Yeah,
ashtray?
exactly.
Like, what?
back in 2018, it's like, holy shit, look at all this. It's like walking into Amsterdam in your backyard, and now it's just like, it's all played out. They gave away way too many licenses. There's a dispensary on every fucking corner, like alcohol, and they completely fucked up the market. The prices are down, and the product is even worse. So
Yeah. And what they get away from charging for that inferior product. Like,
yeah,
the shit's got powdery mildew and everything else on it.
yeah, and God knows who knows how the fuck that shit passes. You know, I mean, I've seen a few different facilities.
It passes
that
with
are-
envelopes.
Yeah, I mean, it's all. I've been in a few different facilities. I'm not going to say any names, but I was.
All right. Neither
I was-
here nor there.
I was like, how the fuck is this even possible? I mean, there's like bugs, there's powdered mildew. The people don't give a shit about what they're actually doing. There's no cleaning. You know, it's like it just kind of blew my mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then if you work in a place like that, you got like accountants telling you like how much fertilizer you can use and everything else because they're
You got
in the
people-
back with like a bean counter.
You got people telling you what to do, and they've never grown a single
A day in their
themselves.
life.
Yeah, you know, absolutely not. You just got all these investors that think they're the boss.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and investors shouldn't be included really in it at all. But you know, if you got the money, you're the boss, apparently.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
It's fucked
I don't know.
up.
I just kind of I grow up. I have my own place. I have a nice place that I grow in.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. I look forward most of the days. I look forward to going and hand watering the plants and getting in.
Yeah.
do
Spend
too.
good time with them.
Yeah, you know, just getting in with the plants, and that's where I feel most comfortable with myself is just like when you're in there in the garden. There's not a single care in the world. You know, it's just like a lot of people have
Like a
gardens
Zen
outside.
moment.
Yeah, yeah. You know, go put your feet in the grass, see what that does
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I know. It really, I agree.
I go into my grow room barefoot and then I'll come out like after like watering with like a little bit of recharge on the bottom of my feet. But you know what?
You walk out.
If you go
your feet are all sticky.
right, it's like my Indian name is Blackfoot.
Dude, I mean, I'm
You know what I
honest with you, the first thing I do when I get in the grow room is I take off my shorts and my shirt. You know, I mean, I have boxers on, but it's like I'm
I'm about the same. I probably wouldn't have clothes on right now if it wasn't for the cameras.
Yeah, I like to get in there
Thank you,
and
Cameron.
be with the plant, and check them all out every day. It's like it's
Hell
a
yeah.
daily thing. There's no days off.
But
Yeah.
you know, at the same time, when you have like that connection with your plants, it's like an early detection system too, because like anything that starts to go like a little bit left, you're gonna catch it right away. You know what I mean? If you got like a blue mat system, if you're doing whatever you're doing, like if you're not hands on with your plant every day, like you're definitely depriving yourself of the full grow experience and just like
Absolutely.
noticing shit or noticing issues before they become problems.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, who knows? Our governor is wanting to raise our taxes or the income tax or whatever the fuck you call it. When you go, they're trying to raise it to 36%.
The sales tax,
The sales tax. That's what I'm trying to say. That it's going from 11.
all
to
taxation
36.
is theft.
36, 3. Why?
36%. That's going to shut everyone down. I mean, I'm all for it. Shut everyone down. But it's like,
Yeah.
what
I
the
know.
fuck? What the fuck is going on?
I know.
So it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
That's not too different from Chicago because, like, okay, so I live on like South Side in the city. If I go to a dispensary, I get taxed 3 different times before
yes.
I walk out of the door, and it's probably about the same. It's like somewhere in the 20s, like maybe almost 30% I'm paying for tax
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
paying Illinois State, I'm paying Cook County, and I'm paying Chicago City.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a federal tax in there somewhere too. Shit.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, so that's like if I was to go to a dispensary here, which obviously I'm not going to, but if I was to, like by the time of walking out of the door for like something that's kind of mid anyways, I'm paying like $86 for a 3.5 that's gonna last me like a day.
That shit's so fucking ridiculous.
I could roll that into one backwood.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, $75 backwood is just a little bit
Yeah.
crazy. And then their
Baller alert.
pre-rolls, all the pre-rolls, is all their boof ass shit, so.
Bunch of trim, you got some fan
Yeah,
leaves in there to
boy.
fatten them up a little bit.
Yeah, there was a guy on Instagram that would actually go to all these different places and he would go
And
home
bust them open.
Bust them open, and there's like stems and
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
partially seeded. It's like, what the fuck?
Cut it.
How can they get away with this kind of shit?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's because people unfortunately still pay for it. That's the problem.
It's
Yeah.
because when weed becomes legal, then it's like safe for soccer moms and like all the PTA people. So you know what I mean? They don't want to smoke out of a pipe. It's like Becky from the PTA that wants to go and get her pre-roll. You know what I mean? I'm living dangerously tonight. The governor said it's okay.
Every time you go to a dispensary, there's going to be there's definitely an older crowd, like the older 60 plus that are in there that are buying cannabis, so
I'm following the law.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good there's just goes to say that everyone smokes weed no matter who you are or where you are or what age.
Yeah.
I'll walk for life.
I know I've heard it before, but that's what I like. It brings all these different like social groups, how much they make a year. Like it brings all the different sections together. Have that one common ground.
We all have something.
Big shout out to my buddy Thurgood. He's got the same sense of humor as me.
We have everything. We all have everything in common, and it's cannabis. So that's it brings everyone together. Just like alcohol, it's like it brings everyone together to have a good time.
Yeah.
So
right, but at the same time, if we get together and smoke some joints or a bowl or some blunts together, we might not try to box each other by the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a better time with cannabis.
It's the same analogy. It's widely going to be widely accepted in a way, so when it becomes all fun. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'm all for legalization of cannabis, but I would like it to be done correctly and not just for money. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't do much about it now.
I know.
Most definitely. So I seen you won another award recently too. That one was out in California, right?
Yeah, the Emerald Cup. I won the Emerald Cup.
Yes, sir.
Amateur photograph, which absolutely blew my mind. Just I wasn't expecting that at all, but I think I won the second. They've only done that competition like twice, so I won the second time, or whatever.
Oh, so it's kind of like a new category or whatever?
I think it was a new category,
cool.
So it was the second award. Second year they did the photography. So yeah, I was very happy. Shout out to the Emerald Cup. Those guys have been phenomenal. They're great at what they do. I don't know if you've ever been to the Emerald Cup, but if you haven't, you should.
I haven't been out there, but when you were out there, I had a couple buddies that were there, like my buddy Rasufa, my buddy JR Token.
Yeah.
Grambo went out there. Like I knew a good handful or a couple handfuls of people that were there.
Like you go on stage in a ski mask and ski goggles, everyone wants to. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
This guy's a rock star.
Yeah.
How did you adapt that look? How did you adapt that look to your life?
When I first started growing cannabis, there was a guy, my buddy Chef Anna. You've probably never heard of him, but he started with a mask, and I kind of just, after I started getting more and more followers, if I wanted to show my face, I just put on a ski mask. You know, it's for me, it's almost like what do I say? You know, not sales pitch, but like, you know, who's behind
like
the
your
mask?
brand.
The character, yeah.
Yeah, you know, who's behind the mask? Who is this person? You know, it's like
Creates a little bit of mystery.
a little bit of a mystery, yeah, about who Free Grow 8 actually is, and
who is the man behind the mask?
so there's definitely I do definitely get, I don't say hate, but people do question that a lot. Why do I wear a mask if I'm in a legal state? But you know, it helps. It's a brand, you know, trying to, and
Because I want to.
yeah,
Right?
pretty
Plus,
much. Yeah.
I don't want weirdos to recognize me at the gas station.
Exactly.
I mean,
that especially too.
when you're at a bit, you know, when you're at a big event such as MJ BizCon and you're walking around with a ski mask, it kind of brings people to you and wanting to know who you are.
Yeah.
So it brings a little bit of attention, and you got all these people with like business suits on, and I'm walking around like in a ski mask. And my first BizCon, I had a mushroom shirt, a big ass picture of a mushroom that I shot, and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know. So
That's fun.
Definitely a conversation starter.
Yeah, it's a marketing strategy as well. So
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's fun.
thank you. Yeah, so I just want to be different. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to stand out.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, when you see, like, that's the whole thing with the pictures and the photography. It's like I almost kind of created my own style of photography. I have multiple people reach out and say, "Hey, I saw this picture and I knew instantly it was yours." You know.
Right. I've seen people that have tried to copy you too. Like, Alicia, wasn't it like 6 months ago? I seen somebody and I'm like, hey, look at the wish.com version of Free Grow 8 over here.
I remember you saying
I have a lot of people, believe it or not, steal my pictures. I kind of gave up fighting with them. Like, if you want to take the picture, please go ahead. I don't give a shit. Like, that's kind of why when I hold my buds, I have a bracelet, a Free Grow bracelet. So when I do my bud shots, it says Free Grow.
It's like in the beads, right?
You're still branded in there.
Yes. So when you see my picture, like, it was the other day, someone messaged me and said, "Hey, this guy's posting all your pictures," and there it is, my fucking hand. It says Free Grow, and this guy's, obviously not me. So there's little things in there that
it's aggravating.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't care.
What do they say though? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's still fucking annoying.
It is very annoying. But the more people that reach my photography, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what though, man? Like, at this point, I think you've kind of evolved or got yourself to a certain point in the grow community to where people couldn't really take your pictures and then make up like a catfish profile. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if somebody sees your thing, they're going to be like, I think this is Free Grow. You know what I mean? You got enough recognition now to where people are going to know that it's, well, I mean, some fugazis are a little bit better than others, but
yeah, I mean,
wait a second now.
It is what it is. I don't mind if they want to take the pictures. I don't watermark them or anything just because I take so many pictures. It's just
right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so I know I used to be way more active than I am now. I used to post like every 2 to 3 days, but I kind of cut it back a little bit. Just Instagram is really fuck shit up.
Instagram police.
Yeah. I mean, if I was off Instagram, there would be probably no more Free Grow. No one's gonna know who the fuck I am. So any day it could go south. But
we'll still spread the word. I know who Free Grow is.
The whole plan.
We know who we are, brother.
the whole plan in the beginning was to make it into these magazines, and at this point, I've been in 7 different companies, like High Times, Grow Magazine, Skunk, Cannabis Tech and Today, Ethos, Fat Nugs Magazine, and then there's another one. So 7 different companies, and we've been in over 25 different magazines.
I knew you were in the Ethos magazine, but did you really make it into High Times? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I made it into
like
High
I remember reading those when I was like 10.
Yeah,
my uncle.
So I was in
We'd have to sneak them like Playboys.
That was the best time ever. That was the best time. So yeah, I made it into High Times 2 different occasions, but on one of the occasions,
not once but twice.
It was a digital print. So,
okay.
But the other one, I'm pretty sure I was printed. I never was able to find the copy, but hey, if they give you recognition, if they don't repost pictures anymore because they went bankrupt, but when they shared your picture, you would gain anywhere from 500 to 1,000 new followers. So,
oh wow,
I believe it. Like
Yeah.
that's something that goes back to like my teen years looking at High Times, man.
Yeah, I started this page in
like for people that
2018.
our age, you know what I mean? Somebody that's a little
Yeah.
younger might not appreciate it as much, but if you're 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, however old you are, like that definitely
exactly
is
what
like
High Times is. Yeah.
right. That's
It was-
kind of like the Mount Rushmore of cannabis, you know
It
what
was
I mean?
back when the Playboy, like you'd walk into the magazine store and you got the Playboys, the Penthouse.
It'd be behind like a beaded curtain.
Yeah, or the black, or the front.
No
of it
one
was
under
blacked
18
out.
sign over the top of the door. Might have some of those faces of death VHSs in there, you know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah. Those were the times, man. I don't know where the time has gone. It's gone so goddamn
I
fast.
think they kept some of those like pride fighting videos back there too, because they were like so brutal. They kept them in like the porno section.
Yeah. Oh, the
Wait,
old
I feel it.
UFC. Yeah, the old UFC. I'm a big fan of the UFC. So, yeah, it was just a good time. So, yeah.
They were better times, man. They were
better
times.
times. It's where everyone.
It was
got
a simpler
along.
time.
Yeah. I was actually I made the cover of Grow Magazine. I was on the cover once, so that was really cool too. I'm working really hard to get on the cover of Skunk Magazine. That's my next goal. So that's what we're doing now. Just keep pushing forward. The whole goal was for me to grow anyone's strains, just keep growing different strains and just taking pictures of the best genetics that I can possibly find, So at this point, seems like a lot of the bigger companies, they send me free seeds and want me to shoot them and just kind of do what I do with them, I guess, and all the editing and all that stuff, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
So.
What do you use for your photography to take the pictures?
I use my cell phone. Everything has been created with my cell phone.
That's
What
amazing.
kind of cell phone do you got? Are you iPhone or are you an Android
the
kind
iPhone,
of
guy? The iPhone. Yep, the iPhone. Everything that I've grown and everything on the pages has been captured with my cell phone. So, like I said, anyone can do it. There's no. I'm not. There's no like specific settings. There's just. For me, I think the photography is created in my brain.
Once you learn the lighting a little bit better.
Yes. Yep.
Space out.
The photography is created in the brain. The camera is just what I capture.
Well, yeah, you have to have that eye though too, because there's just some people, like I'd handed my phone to, and it's like, really, that's the picture you took? Like, but in my head, I see what I wanna capture.
It's all been created in my brain before I ever take the pictures. The camera is just the device that I use to capture that image. I would love to get into like these really expensive cameras, but I've tried it and it doesn't come out the same.
Right. So do you got any maybe like little techniques or tricks though? Like, can you give out like any type of game for the people out there if they wanted to
if you want to shoot with your cell phone, just go on Google and you can put your phone settings on. You can change up your phone settings through the camera. So that's kind of what I did. I Googled best settings for photography on the iPhone, and then it just all pops up, and you go into your phone and you 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 put in the settings that are best for photography, I guess, really. So, but yeah,
Do you ever get into any of like the black backdrop techniques or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a black backdrop that I do shoot with. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all
We had our,
So
we had
what
one
are
of our,
some of the techniques that you use to kind of like cancel out some of the black so it stands out a little bit more?
just the lighting. The lighting's a big factor in all of this. The proper lighting. So yeah, I don't really have any. There's nothing really that I'm more than willing to share with anybody. What I do, and there's really no. I don't have any secret formulas or anything that I do really. To
yeah,
be honest with you, it's just a lot of hard work. Doing some editing. Not everything turns out. I mean, I've got like 10,000 pictures, if not more. Just imagine the ones that I delete. How many I've deleted because I don't like them.
hmm
Right. The stuff
And
that never sees the light of day.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And just like there's obviously, there's you're gonna see pictures that people have hair on their buds, and you're never gonna see really anything like that on mine because if I see something
oh,
strange, I won't post that picture. You know.
yeah, yeah,
So, but it's just the nature of growing. Really, there's always something in the air that you don't see that's just floating around, I
hmm
guess. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and I use for the nutrients. I use Emerald Harvest. So shout out to them. They've been a huge,
Big shout out.
yeah, big shout out to Emerald Harvest. They've been a huge, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but they've
yeah,
been just like very very supportive of what I've been able to accomplish and what I do, and Microbe Life Hydroponics. Brett, the owner, is just a fantastic person. He's very big, well known in the community. So I just use Emerald Harvest and Microbe Life Hydroponics really. So it's really cut and dry, you know. Super.
yeah,
Anyone can do what I do. Anyone can do it. I would love to see people grow their own weed and grow them in tents, grow them wherever, grow them in your closet. Just grow your own. That's the way it should be.
yeah,
That way you got full control over everything that went into it.
Yes. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
It's just it's all really kind of turned into a passion, So I love doing it. I love being in the garden, and I love taking pictures. And I take pictures of scenery, animals. I take pictures of pretty much anything. I have a couple different pages of not like non-cannabis related stuff as well.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's another page I have. It's called Free Grow 8 Photography. It's just pictures. It's all non-cannabis related. It's scenery, the sun, animals, crazy shit.
okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think I followed that one, but then I was like, I wasn't sure if it was really you or not. So I'm like, I
Yeah.
knew this one was you.
Yeah.
Didn't
I've
know
got
if
a
it was
couple.
one of those imposter accounts.
Yeah, I have 3 pages: Free Grow 8, Free Grow 8.1. That's my backup account, and then Free Grow 8 Photography,
Okay.
where I post non-cannabis related content and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I love to grow cannabis. I love smoking, and I love being behind the camera, and I love to support anyone that supports me. Which the community has been absolutely incredible. The amount of, I mean, I've been doing this. I started this page in 2018, so it's been 7 years since I started this page. So
hmm
to gain like 17,000 followers is something I never even really thought would ever happen.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
definitely huge.
Yeah, I'm very thankful, and it's all organic. I don't pay for people. If I paid for people to follow me, I'd have like millions.
You can always tell though, because you'll see some people with like bigger numbers and there's like
No
no
interaction.
interaction with the account though. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's like,
Yeah.
how do you have that many followers, but you have like
Yeah.
6 people that liked your last post
Yeah.
and nobody
No,
commented on it? It's like,
100%.
come on.
Oh,
Or
there's specific people that I have in mind that I know that have that many 130,000 followers, and their engagement is extremely low. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
Yeah,
definitely something.
you can tell, like
yeah.
you just know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm very active on it. I mean, I try to answer everyone's questions. I answer every message. I always have people ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? What's your favorite? What's your favorite cultivar? I'm constantly answering questions. I'll never leave a message unread unless it's some dumbass shit. So
Yeah. Yeah. I know you grow indoors. Do you grow outdoors as well?
yeah, I do grow outdoors, but I strictly grow outdoors for just the pictures. I don't
Yeah.
really
It gets so
outdoors.
tall.
Yeah, outdoors is just strictly for fun. The plants grow differently in the sun. You get
They
different
do.
pictures. You get different pictures. Like if you go back, I don't even know, till last summer on my page, there's some really cool shots with cannabis and the sun in the background with the sun setting, and you got the
Mhm.
cannabis leaf. It's just the fucking pictures are so incredible. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like that one that you did with the plaque you got from the Emerald Cup, and you kind of had like the beach with like the
Oh
sun
yeah,
behind it. That one was definitely cool.
that
I
was
like that
actually,
one.
yeah, that's not a backdrop. That was a real picture. I took a
Yeah.
log that was,
Right, I'm saying like how you
yeah,
set it up though, because it's
yeah,
like there's depth,
It's in
there's
the
yeah.
dimension. Like you
horizon
see
too.
the trophy, then you can see the beach, then the skies behind it. But it's
Yeah,
like just the way that everything kind of
that was
came
just
together, you know?
that was a floating log that I saw that was floating by. So at any moment, that trophy could have fell off and busted. It was like,
Really?
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
You really believed in
Going for
that
the
shot.
glory on
yeah.
that
I
one.
did. It was like, it was crazy. It was fun, but
It was worth it. You got the shot.
yeah,
You
I
got the
did get the
job done.
shot. It only takes a second, So
Mhm.
that trophy is probably one of my favorites. This year, do you guys follow the MJs? Do you know what that is by chance? It's just for the
What is
MJ
it?
BizCon, right?
Yeah.
They do a huge award show. It's called the MJs, and these trophies are like really, really super nice. I mean, it's a big deal. And I'm trying to be nominated for Content Creator of the Year. So that's my goal for this year, is trying to be nominated for Content Creator of the Year, and win. That'd be absolutely mind blowing.
That'd
Yeah.
be
So
pretty cool.
That's
I
yeah,
definitely vote for you.
yeah. Go on Instagram. I think it's MJ's EMJA something something. It has to do with MJ BizCon. So. And it's like a suit and tie award show. It's not like just any.
oh,
Oh, it's like the Oscars of
cool.
weed.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exactly what it is, because they hand out sculptures. It's like a person. It's like a crystal person. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. So that's my
That's
goal. That's my
that's a
goal
good
for this
goal.
summer. Yeah, my goal for this summer. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen all the bulletproof genetics pictures and all that stuff. I used to
I
work.
was actually just getting ready to ask you about that.
Yeah. So I met the grocery store I used to shop at. There was this guy that shopped there. His name was Eddie. He was the owner of Bulletproof Genetics, and the owner of the grocery store put me in front of him, and he was looking to hire someone. So obviously, I kind of got hired in, and it was just him at his house growing cannabis, making genetics, and I worked for him for like around 2 years, and
Mhm.
he took his life. So
I'm sorry to
um,
hear that, man.
Oh,
yeah, yeah, he
I'm sorry.
he took his life. So I'm trying to keep his business alive. Actually, the family didn't know what to do with all the genetics, and
Yeah.
so I actually had purchased them. I bought like 35 different strains from the family to kind of keep Bulletproof Genetics alive. And
Wonderful.
About
so
at the same time.
yeah, what's that?
Oh, I said help the family out at the same time.
Yes, I mean it wasn't cheap either. I'm talking a lot of money.
Imagine.
I could
So
imagine.
the goal was for me to try to keep Bulletproof Genetics alive, keep his legacy alive, and to try to create and make new genetics with what he's already created. I mean, I've got hundreds of thousands of seeds, and I'm actually in the process of looking for the correct males and the correct females so we can start crossing and
Start doing
continuing
a
what.
little bit of selection, see what's in there.
Yes, I've made my own strains. I've made my own strains prior to all this, but his legacy, he was very, very well known in the cannabis community here in Michigan. So, shout out to Bulletproof Genetics, shout out to
Big
Eddie.
shout out.
I learned a lot from him while working with him. And for that to happen, it was just really just mind blowing, to be honest with you. I still have a hard time. I started working for him when my wife left our 14-year marriage. She walked out, and I started working for him a month after that happened. So I went through a lot of hard times, and he was there to fucking help me through those hard times. So
Yeah.
with him passing away, I couldn't watch Bulletproof Genetics fade away. So
Yeah.
You picked up
Yeah.
the torch and you kept running with it.
I'm trying to. That's why you see a lot of the Bulletproof Genetics name, and a lot. I'm growing all of his strains, taking the pictures.
Look at that.
I put all his seeds on my website, so I'm selling the seeds now, and I'm just looking to continue what he started. So two of his biggest strains were the deep fried ice cream, and another one was the deep breath. So that deep fried ice cream is a one of a kind. It's just a fucking crazy strain, and
What's the terps like on it?
just oh gosh, there's
How would you describe it?
like a minty, earthy. I actually haven't been able to smell it in such a long time. It's been about 2 years since I've seen that strain, but I actually just got about 10 seeds from the family because there's still some genetics left that they have. But I planted about 10 seeds, and I know people pheno hunt with way more than that, but I got to do what I got to do.
Even so, within 10, though, you'll definitely probably find at
Yeah,
least something to work with that you could clone out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it was deep fried ice cream is ice cream cake and deep breath.
Okay.
Made the deep fried ice cream. So
Yeah.
just like very earthy, definitely portrays a lot of the ice cream cake. The ice cream cake that he had that he crossed it with it was fucking nuts, dude. It was crazy. So I'm trying to find the best genetics that I can around the world or around the United States, and I'll be hopefully able to continue, I guess, what he started. Really is my goal. And another goal this summer is to win an award for wheat for cannabis and try to win something with his strains. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got him in the recent issue. This is the most recent issue of Skunk Magazine. It's kind of hard to tell, but I got that's Cold Stone Chronic. That's by both.
Here, wait.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Can blow you up a little bit right there.
Cold Stone Chronic by Bulletproof Genetics. This is the latest issue of Skunk Magazine.
Yeah.
And then, so with that, I was able to write a little story about Bulletproof Genetics. So this is a little bit of a story about how I met Eddie and what he created, and it's a 2-page story. So it goes on.
Awesome.
Yeah. So a big shout out to Skunk Magazine. Julie, the owner.
Did you write the article?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so big shout out to Julie from Skunk Magazine. She's been an absolute lifesaver. Been featured in her magazines quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have to give a lot of credit to Grow Magazine as well. I'm a big fan of Grow Magazine. They were actually the first company that I was ever put into a magazine. It was actually my very first magazine I was ever in was Bulletproof Genetics. That was before I even knew who Eddie was. So I was able to get him into a magazine without knowing who he was. So it's just how the story comes full circle is
Yeah, that's
really
It
cool.
really does. That's why
Yeah.
this community is so awesome.
Yes. So a big shout out to Grow Magazine as well. They've been such a fantastic support of what I do and creating the art aspect of it all.
yeah, yeah.
Combining everything
So it
together.
really is,
Yeah.
and it is such a beautiful plant too.
Absolutely. I
There's so
agree
many
with you
varieties, colors,
100%.
smells. It's
Yeah, that's for me. Obviously I want to grow the best cannabis, but for myself, it's more of an art.
mhm.
Taking pictures is an art. Growing it is an art. It's all has to do with art, like you said, the colors, the smells. It's just there's an art to everything. Even there's an art to posting everything on Instagram. When you can post a picture and you can write a caption that can capture you with the music, and it's just like it almost draws you in.
Yeah,
So there's really an art to everything that I do.
When you pull it all together.
Yes, if that makes sense, I guess.
It does.
yeah.
You know,
That's
I'm
why we
picking up
moved
what
to
you're
some
laying
art.
down.
what's it? Yeah, what's that?
I said that's
Oh, I
why
said
we
I'm
moved to.
picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's hard. These interviews are a little bit difficult when there's more than one person. So I'm sorry if
Oh,
I
yeah.
cut you off at all.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's fine. We cut each other off all the time.
Yeah.
No,
Alicia
we're
just knows she's got to cut me off sometimes too.
Yeah, I can. So,
try.
I mean, continuing with the art subject, I've been able to. I started two different websites, and one of them that I've been selling a lot of stuff on is the Printify, a print on demand, like the shirt that I have in the corner there. It's the Fast Bud shirt. That's a purple lemonade picture that I actually grew myself. So
Oh,
I've been able to transfer all of, I've been able to create shorts, swim trunks, basketball jerseys. I mean, you name anything, drinkware.
cute.
I mean, I actually made a shower curtain, and I bought one of the shower curtains, so my shower curtain's a big cannabis leaf. You know,
That's
Oh,
so
that's
fun.
badass.
Yeah.
there's on the print on demand. I think I've created about 550 different products. So, and they're all different, cutting boards, and it's not your normal like grinders and rolling trays and your lighters. It's completely, I don't have anything in here, but it's all, you know, shit. Anything besides rolling trays, I've been able to put it on. So,
Right.
blankets.
Yeah.
Um,
Tapestries.
yeah, tapestries. I made a fucking like a curtain for your living room. I mean, and it's all printed. It's all fucking sweet. It's all good stuff. I've
Yeah.
ordered numerous things. I ordered the swim trunks, and they're fucking sick. Comes with a stash pocket. I mean,
Oh,
like
that's
they're
badass.
they're
I'm gonna have
legit.
to get some of those.
Yeah. Oh, they're sweet, dude. They really are. So it's cool. Like you said earlier, I've created shoes. I actually sold a pair of shoes, something I never thought I would have done. But yeah, someone ordered the shoes, you know. So it's just cool. It's cool to see someone wearing something that you grew and you photographed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, a big goal would
Oh
be
yeah.
for everything to kind of go to retail. That would be, when you walk into a dispensary, there's not really a whole lot of like cannabis art. It's just like weed everywhere. I would love to see the shirts in stores, kind of like cookies, and they turned it into like this brand where it's like everything, inner tubes, pillows, all this crazy
Yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a goal. We're working there. I don't know if you saw the skateboards. Skateboards
Yeah.
are fucking sick.
I saw those. Those are
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the skateboards, they're glow in the dark. It's like holy
That's
shit. And to like to see it on the computer, it's like but when you actually get one in your hands, it's like, oh my god, this is actually really fucking sick. They turn out great.
yeah.
So
Once you bring everything to life.
yes, yeah, yep. So skateboards too, yeah. I've sold a few of them, not too many, but it's just finding the right company that can print them cheap enough to where I can actually make $10 or whatever on the board itself. It's for like the printify stuff. I'm not making a whole lot of money. For me, it's like to get art out there. It's to do something different. I'm not making a whole lot of money at all. So, but it's just
More
something
of a
that I like to
passion
do.
project.
Passion, yeah,
Yeah,
if you
it
put
helps offset.
if you put your mind to something, you can accomplish anything.
As long
So
as you want it.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm new to a
It's
journey
definitely
being a
true.
breeder. Yeah, bulletproof genetics.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
the link.
I would put him probably up there with some of the best genetics in the country. That's for sure. He was doing this, 20, 25 years ago before he even knew what cannabis was, way before it was legal, way
Yeah,
before it was even a conversation to be legal. So he was breeding before he knew what everything was going to be,
yeah,
like
yeah,
like all these people, like the Huckleberry Hills Farms, the Ridge Line out in Humboldt County. All these people did it from their father. They're living their parents' dream. This is what their parents used to do back in the
yeah,
70s and 80s. They just continued to do what they know. So yeah, he
yeah,
he was doing it for a long time. His genetics are very stable. I've never had any issues, no herms, just anything really. Yeah, I've got a list of seeds all on the website, and I'll be making some new ones. So
yeah.
hopefully that goes correctly. So we'll see
I
what
can't wait
happens.
to see what you come up with some of the
Yeah,
Yeah, me
crosses
too.
out of there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's all
You have
being
to
worked.
send me something so I can run it.
Yeah. Oh, when I
I'll
when I
definitely
do
put it out there for you.
everything's in the works. And when the time comes, there will be testing. There will be testers, people growing them. That's one thing that Eddie did was he always sent his strains to people for them to test.
Put it in the hands of the people.
Yes, yeah. As
Yeah.
long as you can grow them immediately, you'll be able to get some seeds
Hmm.
and give me
Yeah,
the
we'll
the
talk down the
feedback.
line. We'll see what
Yeah.
my
Well,
chessboard looks like at the moment.
it's still. I mean, we're talking 2026 before it really comes to light.
Right. Just to
The
get
seeds.
everything
Yeah,
dialed in.
the hunting, finding the right phenos, what you want to breed with. It's a lot of work.
Working your lines out at least a few generations.
Yes, yeah. It's not just going to be here. I have seeds. Let's put them for sale. It's not. That's
Yeah,
not the way it's going to work.
yeah.
No pollen shucking over here.
Yeah, no. I
Oh,
mean, I would hate to like do do something that like put a bad representing someone
Right.
else's company and,
yeah,
and doing it wrong. That's
yeah,
not
You
something
exactly.
want
that
to come correct.
yes, that's not something that I want to do is put a bad bulletproof, like a bad name out
Yeah,
there for
definitely not.
him. I know he's up there helping me and guiding me. And, I mean, I've sold tons of his seeds. His website got taken down. So I'm
Oh,
strictly just trying to continue what he started. I'm not making money. I mean, I'm just trying to recoup a little bit of money that I spent on everything because, like I said, I mean, it was a
Well,
huge
we can see
gamble.
through your photography. We can see through all your digital creation. I mean, you definitely got an eye for it,
Yes. Well, thank
especially
you
the
very
plants
much.
you grow. So
Yep. It's a
I'm
lot of
pretty
work,
sure you'll come up with something good.
Yeah. Oh,
mhm.
yeah. You start with the best genetics, what you're going to get in the final
Quality in,
product.
quality out.
Exactly. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Just thank you for allowing me to come talk and everything. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure's,
Oh,
yeah,
most definitely, man.
this is
Yeah.
fun.
The pleasure's ours. Like when I asked, I was like, oh, I'll throw it out there, see if he'll come on.
See if you
Yeah.
And
go.
That was
Really
awesome, man.
entertained me.
Yeah,
We feel honored to bring you on the podcast, like
Thank
honest,
No.
man, and then we definitely got to do a part 2 at some point. So you know what I mean.
Yo,
If you
absolutely.
ever got anything going on that's maybe coming up recently or that you're working on that you can throw out
Yeah.
there, you know what I mean? We'll keep
So-
talking behind the scenes and everything, and
Yeah,
I'll definitely help you
I
out
guess
if I
the
can.
next thing is next month is the American Autoflower Cup in California and Hollywood, and I have about eight strains that'll be going out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to attend this year just because of what I have growing and just my personal life. You know, it's hard. I do have 3
Everything going
children, and it is hard for me to like get away, you know, between the kids
Right.
and the growing and it's just a lot of work to get away. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it myself. It's going to be like a last minute decision if I'm going or not. Like this past MJ BizCon, I had planned on going, and we got on the plane, and all of a sudden it's like ding ding. Oh, sorry, people, we're having a malfunction on the plane. As we're sitting there, they're like coming. We have a malfunction on the plane. We're waiting for the parts. It's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Let me get off this
We
fucking
got a
plane.
whole plane full of people, and then all of a sudden you have a malfunction, and it's Thanksgiving weekend, so everyone's
Oh,
off.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
man.
Everything's booked.
Yeah, everything's. I couldn't like. I was so upset.
Even if you could find another flight, it would have been like $1,300.
That was exactly the problem. They would have
Yeah.
refunded. They were going to either refund or put me on another plane, but I had to pay the difference. And
Right.
A flight
You
tomorrow.
have
The next
another
day is like
$913 right now.
Yes, and I didn't have that kind of money to, you know,
Right.
To just
Oh yeah, I
drop.
got that in my back pocket. What do you want?
Yeah,
Cash?
you know, so I was super bummed as I sat on the plane. I'm like, I'm not gonna. And I had Emerald Harvest was there. They were waiting for me. Like, Fast Buds was there. We had planned this whole segment and all this crazy cool stuff. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, sorry, you can't go. So.
Well, I'm glad you're alive then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
mean,
better than fucking around with the plane,
What? So,
especially you see some of this shit going
I
on
mean,
lately.
Yeah,
You know
in the
what I mean?
last 60 days, we've
Life
had
comes at you though, man. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, there's been like a numerous amount of plane problems these days. I'm sure you're all aware. There's been like
Yes.
87 different problems with the plane. So it's like, I don't even know if I feel like flying.
There was just some shit in Chicago to where I forget what airliner it was, but they almost hit. At least the pilot that was landing while the other one was taxiing, he had enough wherewithal to pull back up. Like if he was a rookie pilot, they would have smacked each other.
Dude, I saw a video the other day. It was on like TikTok or something. There was a pilot, and he was smoking in the cockpit. Like it was very.
He's up there
clear
like
what
Hunter Biden with the laptop.
Oh my fucking god!
1970?
Dude, like what in the hell? This guy was smoking a cigarette in the cockpit. I don't even know if it was a cigarette, but it was very clear on what he was doing.
It was a something.
It was a cartridge of some sort, and it was like very clear about what the fuck are you doing? You know? Like,
Yeah, it's like, so this is what we're doing today, huh?
yeah. Seriously.
Who was that pilot that Denzel Washington played? What was that movie, Flight? You ever seen that? Where he went on like a bender with like cocaine hookers and a whole bunch of liquor.
Dude, these flight attendants are just normal people. They have their own issues. They're alcoholics or they're drug addicts or you know, and
popping perk 30s.
Yeah. 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 So yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I had a wonderful time.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thurgood's big friend of the show.
Yeah, it's cool to read some of these comments. Yeah, everyone digs what I do, so I just kind of continue and hopefully make something out of this whole thing. Like I said, I would love to get into retail stores and not sell cannabis, but sell the art. So that would be incredible.
That'd be dope, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're a little over an hour here. I think we will start wrapping up. But did you have any shout outs you wanted to give?
Just shout out to you guys. Shout out to Emerald Harvest. Brett
Big
from Microbe Life Hydroponics. You know, Fast Buds, Mephisto. you know, all these people, Night Owl. I mean, I
Night Owl. Big shout out to Daz.
Skunk Magazine, Grow Magazine, all these
High Times Magazine.
Yeah, just there's too many names to say, and I don't want to forget someone because then I'll get pissed.
Right.
Yeah,
Don't let
no.
anybody feel left out. I feel you.
Like when you're at the Oscars are on tonight, to watch these people get on stage and they're just like pull out that list of people, and I want to thank this guy and that guy. So
Let me pull out the rest of the Epstein list. Hold on.
yeah, dude, that shit is so weird too. Those guys, yeah, I mean, they're supposed to release some of the documentation like a few days ago, and
they handed out binders.
Yeah, it's just this whole
like come the fuck on.
This whole country is a mess, to be honest.
Shit show.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I got a positive outlook for the future, but I guess for now we just got to see which way things go. You know what I mean?
Take a day at a time.
Just exactly.
Time.
Exactly.
Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Yeah. You know, a big reason for my success is the Lord too. So it sounds weird, but you know, just thank you for him for looking out for me, and I've gone
big shout out.
He's.
I shouldn't be alive right now. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God.
Yeah, and that's just the bottom line, man. Shout out to the Lord, and for allowing me to do what I do and giving you guys the art and the plant. So a big shout out to cannabis.
Yeah, thank you, cannabis.
Yeah,
you made this whole thing possible.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't be here. And, shout out to all these old people, all the older generation. There wouldn't be cannabis if it wasn't for, a lot of these people, like the OGs of the industry.
Keeping it going.
The paths that they blazed.
Huckleberry Hills Farms is, one of those people. I watch everything that he does, and he's been a big inspiration for me as well. So a big shout out to him.
It's like, have you ever watched any of those documentaries on YouTube where it'll be like that hippie seed trail where it was like the hippies from California were like going to Afghanistan and bringing the fucking Afghani seeds back to California?
I watch
the whole thing.
Any cannabis show I've watched. Even
I've gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think
I like it.
Greenhouse Seed Company. What the hell's his name? Starts with the A.
The Strain Hunter guy?
Yeah, the Strain Hunters. Strain Hunters. That is such a cool show. So I love watching that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Strain Hunters. I couldn't remember the name, but yeah.
It's kind of cool because it's like
Arian,
sometimes
that's what it is. Yes.
Watching some of those shows, you kind of get like the history of a strain, so you can kind of find out like what region of the world it came from, like how it came to be, and the whole thing. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's definitely some shit to watch off, like a couple hundred milligrams of edibles.
It's cool to watch how like all of this came together because back 30 years ago it was like, oh my God, cannabis is drugs and it leads you into cocaine and all this other
reefer madness,
weird ass shit, and it's like complete opposite of all of that. So, but yep. Well, thank you very much for having me. I'll chat with you guys whenever if you ever.
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna stay in touch. We're friends now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're not too far from me either. I'm just right here in Chicago. So.
Yeah, I'm. I go to there's shout out to Papermaker Genetics. Those are like you put some of them guys in there, and they've taken me under their wing and they invite me to their shows and shit. They'll have like a 12-foot table, but they'll save like a foot of it for me just for the art. So big shout out.
We're all Midwest growers. It's all good, brother.
Yeah, I think the best is grown out here. So that's for sure.
If you look at the rich agriculture like we feed the rest of the country, how would we not be able to grow weed? Like, let's be real about it for a second. We know a thing or two about row crop.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, man. We'll definitely get you back on soon.
Yes. Have a good Sunday.
I think he might have froze. Damn, that was such a great guest to have on. I just had a lot. I hope that all you guys enjoyed the show as much as me and Alicia did.
Yes. It looked like it, the little bit I saw from chat. A lot of people engaged. I hope he gets like so many more followers now. More people to engage with and to see his beautiful photography.
And that's kind of one thing that's cool about us, because like we're not necessarily a grow show. Like we are like cannabis community, we're culture, we're entertainment. But you know what I mean? I bet a lot of you guys have seen Free Grow 8 stuff before. You see him with the mask, you see him with the goggles, but you don't really like know like his story. You don't really know him as a person. So I think that's one of the things that's really cool about the show, when we really get to like highlight somebody, but kind of give you like the human story behind them, or you can kind of see like what makes somebody tick a little bit, to where you can kind of see like more of their personality.
Yes. Yeah. No, I concur as well, because you get to see what made that person, and I kind of think of it's not about the cannabis, it's about the cannabis community. So each person, no matter how small or big you are, you have a highlight in you.
Right. What do you always say, Alicia? You got to peel back the onion.
Yeah, liars, liars. Yeah, yeah. So everybody's got them.
Hell yeah. Alicia, I'm drawing a blank on the schedule right now. Do you know who we got next week?
I do not. I did not look. I
don't either.
Late today.
Well, that just means that you guys got to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can find out who we have on next week.
Yeah, we'll keep it posted.
But until then, guys, see you next week.
I'm nothing to play with. Go and find yourself a dog.
Let me this bitch retarded.